Hi, my name is Bryce. Welcome back to VHS Play, where you are playing The Legend of Dragoon and recording it all on VHS. Last time we went into this town, the Twin Castle of Fletz. And yeah, we had ourselves a nice astronomy lesson. We checked out some world map nonsense. And then I have not actually played this game for a couple weeks. I got ahead on recording so I could focus on the spooky season stuff. And now I'm coming back to this, and, yep. Man, I do really wish more games had the, oh, what is it? I think it's like Pokemon Diamond Pearl? I want to say it's those two. They have like this system of just like a diary entry or something, so it's like when you load up the game there's like a here's what you were doing last time. And it's just a good call. It's just a really good call. I think last episode I said I was going to try to do something between episodes. Totally didn't. I forgot what I might have even agreed to. So too bad. We're going this way now because it seems to be forward. Boy, we got some caves. And we've got a path leading up. And it seems like this cave might lead to this chest down here, so, but hey. I will admit, with the combat stuff starting back up, I am getting a little apprehensive isn't the right word for it. I'm kind of immediately feeling that, just... I don't know how to describe it, just like a certain amount of oh no. Have I mastered that attack yet? I will have to double check that. This game has got neat ideas. I don't know how I feel about the combat system overall, in general. But that's fine. That's fine. Nothing new. Let's double check that everybody's additions are set out correctly. You are grinding up Burning Rush and nearly done with it. And then we can move over to Crush Dance. You don't get additions because Shauna doesn't get nice things. And then you have moved over to More and More from Whip Smack, which sure has some numbers attached to it, and nobody cares about any of you. A warrior dress, you say? Nobody can use it. Interesting. Preview of coming attractions, I suppose. Dread. That's the word I was looking for earlier. There was a certain amount of dread going into combat at the start of just like... I still don't know how I feel about the combat in this game. Like, it's trying to be neat. And I think one of the things that it lacks is like a timed defense mechanic. I've not played too many games that have like timed hit mechanics, but in particular, Mario RPG, like that had a whole timed hit mechanic, and it also has the timed defense mechanic. So like when an enemy's coming in and you like press the button at the right time, then you get to. That sounds mean. Oh, good, they hit her, or they hit everybody. Just being able to lessen blows and having like some interaction with that, like it makes the combat system a little bit more active and complex, and you can never like have, you know, a down moment in your brain. Like there's never like that pure rest moment, I guess, with a timed hit system that also includes defense.
Are you dating those girls in a place like this?
Who are you?
Yeah, did you hear that? They are asking us who are we.
I guess they think we are a bunch of doctors. Should be a quack. Alright, I guess the left one is Banjo. Good to see that Banjo got work after Banjo-Kazooie. Over in Legend of Dragoon.
Surprise, surprise! We are the one and only Garrett Gang. We're so bad we scare ghosts back to hell.
Have no class.
Hey, what did you say? Yo, Mappy.
Wait, hold on. That guy. I lost it already. Hey, what did you say? That's a little too close to left guy. Whatever. Yo, Mappy, how should I cook these dumbheads?
Well, I know what. Let's get our reward of money and the bimbos.
We have nothing to give you, but if you insist, how about a miserable ending? For you.
Yeah, stop yapping like that. Just leave your valuables. It's that simple.
Get out of our way. We don't have time to play with you. This is your last chance to get out of our way, or you'll need a real doctor.
I'm totally pissed. Smash their heads, will ya, brother?
Yep, this game. Oh boy, Dart can do level 3. Let's get him up there.
Yes. Burning rush.
Second hit on more and more, it's a little fast. And it keeps throwing me off.
Yes.
Fun.
Die. More and more.
Missing in RPGs, like, as just like an entire concept, I don't know how I feel about it. Because I don't think it's ever bothered me in something like Final Fantasy, where it's just like, oh, you missed because, you know, random chance happens and whatnot. And like things like Final Fantasy Tactics and I guess XCOM. I've not played XCOM, forgive me.
Yes.
Like they show you, quote unquote, the odds of you hitting, even if those odds are faked. I want to use your magic, so let's not have you do the big transform.
More and more.
But then you have like things like Pokemon where there's Dart, my dude. You have to be quite so slow.
Die. More and more.
Thank you, Dart. Things like Pokemon where you have like the Gen 1 miss chance is like, what, 5%? Something like that. Which is, you know, rolling 1 on a d20. And then you have like things like Sand Attack, which make it more likely for you to miss, which is... there's an interesting play off of that. There's... like the I think that's the thing with Pokemon, like what makes mischance work with that system, especially in later games where they get rid of the Gen 1 mischance, is like you know the stakes going in. It's like, you know that if you're using this big old move that hits really, really, really hard, it has, you know, an X many % mischance. And, like, that kind of follows through with, like, the Final Fantasy Tactics XCOM and Fire Emblems, is you have, like, the, hey, here's the expectation of what's going to happen when you go and do this thing. In Final Fantasy, a single attack is not that big of a deal, and I've touched on this a lot of times at this point, of just like the difference in your party makeup being 3 versus 4 or 5. Addendum, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, you only have a 2-person party, so missing is actually like really kind of rough. Especially when the person who misses is like your really good you're really good warrior. Now here's an interesting question. Do we stay in the red zone? We do. Alright, this dumb wheel. Oh wait, nope. Nope. You started it, you get easy wins. Whereas the mischance in this game, it just feels really bad, and a lot of that comes down to the, like, the whole active time mechanics of combat, of just like... that's always what it comes down to, is just like how much time goes into the animations, how much goes into the build-up, how much actually goes into all of the aspects of everything. Alright, now for the dumb one. I feel like that last hit has to come early. Because I feel like the wheel just stops immediately as it touches the, like, end point, which is when it's supposed to be hit, but I have to hit it early in the last hit, I guess. Ugh. Now I'm thinking about it, I keep bringing up Final Fantasy, and like I keep talking about like the 4 and 5s and whatnots, and like specifically like Final Fantasy 4, which had a party of 5, and Final Fantasy 6, which had a party of 4, and most of the, like, the standard party size has been 4. Hooray, we win. But then you have like Final Fantasy 7, which has only 3. Hold! Wow. It's my fault. I won't do it again. Please forgive me. Just kidding. Cool. What's this? Great. Hey, you know that thing that makes the combat kind of neat and stuff? What if we take it away? I'm not pleased with this result. Not a bit. He's gone. It's my fault for not being careful enough. The Dragoon spirit being stolen is the last thing I wanted to have happen. Anyway, let's move on to the now. We might find something. How about the Gyric gang over there? Close enough. A recovery ball. Generates a recovery item. Right, I forgot I had this. We'll have to remember that I have a thing, so I can just shut things down. Is there a point to coming up here? Of course not. I'm still being really hard on this game, I feel like. And again, as I've mentioned many times before, it's like this is what I find, like this is why I love RPGs. It's just like they wear their systems on their sleeve, so you can sit here and ho-hum about them and their systems entirely because it's right there. It is kind of a big portion and point of the game is to have all of these systems. Speaking of systems and things, oh, has it really been? Yeah, I have not had a chance to bring this up because I recorded ahead a bunch. I realized in my footage. So this game is supposed to be in 4:3, and like I don't remember the exact pixel ratio of like 640 by 480 or whatever. Which of course I'm having to upscale to proper dimensions, and I had a border to make it 1080 for reasons, I guess. I don't know. It was one of those things that I made a choice of early on and stuck with it. Yeah, Dart just does not have an SP gauge or MP, and that's great.
Yes. Burning rush.
But it does seem like the
Die. More and more.
the RCA to HDMI converter I use, or whether it's in the actual VHS footage and like, you know, VCRs and everything, just deal with this like extra border padding crate. Who needs Dart anyway?
Die. More and more.
Anyway, point is, there is like a weird little variable-sized border in my footage that is sometimes on the left, sometimes split left and right, and sometimes all the way on the right. I was looking at my footage and realizing, wait a minute, have I had like this chunk of border that I should have cut off in like all of my footage since like the Wild Arm series?
More and more.
The answer is I'm not sure. There is a little bit of a black border.
Yes. Burning rush.
That just moves around, and it's depending on game screen. Like I think the combat, it's all on the left. I think in this screen, it's all on the right. And in the main, like in regular menus and regular like overall gameplay, it's split evenly left and right. It's really weird and not something I know how to deal with, and I again, have a very light hand with editing, so I don't want to have to go in and try to figure out all of the things. Hooray, it's a town. We are not very deep into this episode, but I am not looking forward to going into another city. I have made it known thus far that cities in this game are just way too big for my taste, and it's just like, it very much is just like the... Yep. Okay, let's see how bad it is.
Welcome to Danao, the Flower City. Thank you. Oh, thank God. You don't look like bandits. Your clothes are so filthy that at first I thought you might be.
They really are covered in dust. It's natural the girl would be mistaken.
Don't stare at me like that. It's not that bad.
We don't have time for fooling around like that. Are you jealous?
I'm just concerned about the Dragoon spirit.
Or is his voice a little off? It's fine.
No!
Alright, who's talking? What are you going to do?
We are deciding now. As I expected, you are one of the sacred sisters of Mil Sisso, aren't you? You have such a pretty face, don't you? Great. Selling her will make us rich.
Don't make a noise and we won't harm you.
Somebody help! Oh, gentlemen over there, please. Just go away or you'll be sorry.
Are you gonna get away? Please continue.
What?
If you don't mind dying.
You are the one to die. Ah!
What did you do? Shall I continue?
Please wait. I don't know who you are, but thank you very much for helping me.
It's nothing.
Oh, please, let me at least have your name.
Lloyd.
My name is Wink. I'm a sacred sister of Mil Sasau. Oh, Lloyd.
This city belongs to us. If you want to survive in this city, don't mess with us.
Since the oh wait, that's one of the bandits. Since the bandits came, all the flowers are not doing well.
Alright, I think yellow means in. Hello. It's 20. Yep, let's have a snooze.
My brother's Wimpy. I'm acting as his bodyguard.
You know, I will save just in case something happens, and I don't want to watch all the Welcome to Town scenes again.
half a year ago, it was joyful, agreeable, and happy city, but
everything changed when the bandits attacked. It's been 1 month since I reported the damage by bandits. Nothing happened. Nobody came either.
Gangs on the land, sea dragons in the sea. This city is doomed. I don't know why, but gangs come here a lot, and they don't have any faith.
Pichu Pichu. Pichu for Smash confirmed in 2000.
Endure the hardship, overcome the sorrow, and wait the day when flowers bloom in our hearts again.
Right, I should be checking every corner for Stardust.
Meh.
Why did you go, Lynn? We're having a wedding soon. It's impossible to have a talk with the Gyrics. Who are you? Don't worry, we're not the bandits. Really? There is something wrong, isn't there?
We might be able to be of some help. Tell us.
Okay. It all started this morning. When I finished my errands and came home, Lynn was gone. In his letter, it says he is going to persuade the gang to pull themselves out of Danao. I'm supposed to wait for him at home. He left a letter? I have an idea. If I show this letter to the mayor, he might do something to help. The mayor is Lynn's father. I see. Let's bring this to the mayor. You have to wait for Lynn here. Oh, thank you.
Letter from Lynn.
Lynn is the son of the mayor, so if you show the letter to the mayor, he might be able to do something for us. Something about the environment, but not Stardust. I don't want to follow a Stardust guy, and I really do not want to look for Stardust. And I feel like I'm going to be missing out on something in this game for that.
I am looking for the person who saved the life of Sister Wink.
You are warriors, aren't you? Have you heard the name Sister Wink? No. Only in a cutscene, sir. It's a nice day today. It's the best day for laundry.
Tut, that's it. Fine, we'll let you, but only for today. Let's go. Item shop.
Grave Twister sounds like fun. We do have too many items, as it turns out. I really... this whole item problem. 32 items is not many. Especially when, again, the healing item problem of I need to maintain a well-stocked healing item stock for when things go bad. I probably don't need quite so many angel prayers. Just use total vanishing in like a random encounter. I don't want to see Ma and Pa flattering gangs anymore. Silver vest? Oh boy. But you apparently don't have one, so maybe we should hook you up. Here's definitely the way to go. Boy, howdy, sure would be nice if I had money. There we go. Got that magic attack boosted quite a lot, actually. Magic defense up quite a good chunk, and defense up also a very good chunk. Like, goodness, like 11 points. That is nearly double the defense that Rose had before. So that'll probably help with this whole combat nonsense. Too bad I am extremely broke now. Is this going to be the weird recovery place? Yeah. Alright, so far, this town seems to be of a manageable size. But we still haven't gone to the left.
I would go over there, but there's a scary person there.
Alright, well, if you're not going to go over there...
I don't know why, but that old bag is wandering around over there. That's just the way to the mayor's house. I don't let any suspicious people pass through here.
There's also a dog. It is imperative. Bow wow. Bow wow. The most important input on the game, of course, is what does the dog have to say? Da-da-da. Why, your house looks ripe for the stardust picking.
You cannot meet your mayor because he is busy. I'm sorry, but please come back another time.
You take a look at this letter.
This is... Please, come in. Mayor, a horrible thing has happened. It's about Mr. Lin.
What kind of man would venture to face the Gyric King by himself?
But I don't know, Mr. Lin was... I didn't know that Mr. Lin was that consumed with...
It was my fault for not realizing it.
I bet Miss Kate is very stressed.
You must go. As the mayor, I don't want you to be involved in this.
We are already involved. The king took something very important away from me. Where do they come from?
They are from the Valley of Corrupted Gravity. We don't know anything about them other than that.
No, that place is very dangerous. They say nobody can come back once they enter the valley.
Butler, don't say that. Len went there.
Now, we have to gather the people of Danao and form a rescue team.
And then what will happen to the city? The gang might take over the city.
Let us do it. You were planning to go anyway, weren't you?
Oh, it's encouraging to hear that warriors like you are going. Now I can face those punks in our city with courage. I don't know how much the people trust my word, but I will do the best I can.
The mayor is right. We'll fight against the gangs.
Not a single Stardust in your house. Wow. I would like to know who is talking, but
Hey, you, Alki. How dare you touch my butt? Oh, don't be silly. Why would I touch it?
let's just get down there and figure out who's talking to who.
What did you say? I could forgive you if you admit that I'm
not going to like this, am I? Too sexy to ignore and apologize.
Is this kid dreaming or what? Can't stand it anymore. Ouch. You don't know who we are.
I know.
Have you think you can get away with it?
Let me see. I think so. And you'll pay for this. I won't be paying you. Doesn't she have a better way to say goodbye? Are you one of the Gyra gang? Do you want me to smash you too?
I'm not quite sold on this voice. Platinum hair, the same as Lloyd.
The rest is different.
Are you maybe one of my groupies? Don't seem like it though. You guys are some strange group of people.
What's your name? Oh wait, that was her. It's Dart.
Mine's Meru. I'm the best dancer in Downhow.
We don't have time for playing with a kid.
I agree. We can't waste any time if we are going to help Lynn.
Sorry, but we gotta get going. You said Lynn? You guys are going to rescue Lynn.
How did you find out about that?
Because I heard it from Kate. The people in the city are all chickens, right? So I was gonna make a raid on their hideout. Then those bastards gave me a hard time. I guess they didn't take me seriously because I'm alone. You know what? I'm gonna go with you guys. Hey, you don't need to make such a face. Just leave her alone. Let's go. Hold on. Do you guys know where the hideout is?
It's somewhere in the Valley of Corrupted Gravity, isn't it?
Wow, how naive. You make it sound easy. But you cannot go through such a mell of... Oh? Such a Mel of Hess kind of... Wait, what? Mel of Hess? Mel of a Hess?
Is this just a translation error of hell of a mess? And just swapped some characters around, or is this a, like, speech quirk of the character?
Hell of a mess kind of place without a person like me who's totally knowledgeable and totally pretty.
I'm kind of leaning towards maybe Meru should have, like, a Valley Girl voice. Like,
Oh my god!
I cannot do that consistently, probably.
Besides, you need the permission of the king just to enter the valley. Don't you know that?
Okay, that's a little more in line, I think.
What are we going to do, Dart? This girl is serious.
Come on in. The water's fine.
Oh, well, you can come. Are you serious?
We can trust her intentions to rescue Lynn. Besides, we don't know the place. We might need a guide.
Right. He's completely right. Now, let's go. Beautiful dancer Meru and friends. Form a posse for dealing with the Gyra gang.
That works. Okay, so. Of course, she's 2 levels higher than Shauna, because she would be. I guess I don't actually have to put her in my party to, like, check things. Let me guess, she already has a warrior dress, because that's how this game likes to roll, it seems. She does not. She also can't use the warrior dress. Nobody can use the warrior dress. Is that right, or am I just completely whiffing on where it's at in this dang list? You can use the warrior dress. Cool. Double smack. Just real basic. And she doesn't have Dragoon powers yet, of course, because why would she? Alright, let's get a baseline. Dart is totaling out around 65-ish total, and then 50 on speed. Meru is fast as all get. Doesn't actually hit that hard. Big magic attack, big magic defense, though. So, light on physical, big on speed, high magic, which surprises me. But at the same time, it makes sense because they do seem to be making her out to be a bit of a magical girl in spirit. But yeah, she fast. Maybe once she gets her Dragoon Spirit, we'll actually, like, you know, throw her in the party. Until then, I'm going to stick with the team I've got right now. If only I didn't have to have Dart. Like, this is always a thing about... Final Fantasy VI spoiled me as a kid, in letting me choose, you know, for most of the game, or at least the portions I remember being the most of the game, letting me choose my full party makeup.
Although they say bars and bums are inseparable, I wish it were only true in books. What is Brother Gyrick thinking about? You?
Brother Gyrick is too soft. He even tried to call him a crying brat.
You?
Yeah, the rumor about the Phantom ship is scary enough, but now we have a sea dragon making a mess. I cannot put my ship out to sea.
You?
Oh, they have been here for days. What should I do?
I don't know. Check the corners of your shop for Stardust, maybe. Anyway, as I was saying, well, this town does keep going. I was spoiled by Final Fantasy VI letting me, like, actually choose my full party instead of always having, like, the main character has to stay here. It is certainly something that I was annoyed about in Final Fantasy VII because Cloud's fine. Like, I don't know. It's always just like, boy howdy, I sure would like to have a party with these people in it, and also, you know, remove Cloud, replace him with several other characters.
Well, I love the sea, don't you think so? Ooh.
Yeah, we cannot put the ship out to sea since the huge sea dragon appeared. We've had to put a ship out on land. It's not only a sea dragon that has appeared in Ilsa Bay.
Alright, we found the end of town. Congratulations. We did it! This is like one screen too large for my liking for a town. But pretty good. Pretty good. This is like a respectably sized town that is not ridiculously huge. And that pleases me greatly, quite frankly. Alright, so we're not going to go back through here yet. We are going to go ahead and save, call it a day. And yeah, we sure are back in it, back into the Legend of Dragoon and complaining about it. I am annoyed that we've lost the Dragoon spirit for Dart, but at the same time, maybe they're going somewhere interesting with it. Maybe they'll stick the landing. It is upsetting that you feel the loss of Dart's, like, play-wise and power-wise. You feel the loss of Dart's Dragoon spirit more than you feel the loss of Lavit's. Because Lavit's was immediately, completely, functionally replaced by Albert. Again, that's just very silly. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking instead of spending 12 minutes rambling on the map like I have for like the last 6 episodes, I feel like. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Bryce, this has been VHS Play. Have yourself a lovely evening.